All right. Okay. So I am a little bit of a different situation going on here. It is a work day. Normally I do these a little bit earlier in the day. But the time crept up on me a little bit, although I was scribbling, as you can see here, scribbling a lot of stuff about work. So I started work early, but I did it in my comfy rocking chair over coffee. And however, when my alarm went off or my notification sounded for, I have a notification that goes off at 8 a.m. and it's called drink water. So it's just a reminder that I need to drink water, but it reminds me of a lot of things. It reminds me that it's 8 o'clock. It reminds me that it's probably time to get, even though I was working, it's time for me to get going with my proper housekeeping processes. However, and before I even got up though, I thought, hey, why don't I check? Let me check Microsoft Teams. Let me check my email to see if there's anything that that's pressing or whatever. And it turns out that I did. I got this data that I need to do some stuff with, and it's quite time sensitive. And so I'm going to go get that started right now, and then you can just hang out with me while I do this. And I'll comment on a few things if it's relevant here. Normally I go through, did I miss anything from, I'm looking at my emails because I was out of the office from Friday through Tuesday, and then I was in the office and back to work yesterday. And so now what I'm doing is trying to make sure I didn't miss anything, any emails. No. Okay, so now I'm going to open up this email. I also have reminders popping up, and I need to heed these reminders. All right. So I have a process that I go through. It's called housekeeping, where I check yesterday's email. I check, I review my tasks, and then I give myself permission to clean my desktop, like my literal desk, my physical desk, process any notes, anything like that. Just give myself permission to straighten up my desk. And that's every morning. However, today I want to get, I need to refresh some data in these systems, or for these systems, and I need to do that right away. And so I know that there's nothing more important than that. Normally what I would do is I do a cursory review of these tasks, just looking for the absolute critical things, but I just know that there's just nothing like that. I kind of know because of the because of the project I'm working on is super critical. But that has to wait until after this refreshing of this data, especially since this information, this data that I got is late. So I really need to jump on this. So the reason I'm bringing this up is because I have a reminder that's popping up from Microsoft Outlook that has this process, yesterday email review tasks and clean desk. I'm going to snooze this so that it pops back up. And I'm just going to snooze it for like 15 minutes just to get it out of my way. But I do want to perform at least a cursory review of like my tasks and things like that in the and we'll get to that, okay? But not right now. I need to get this stuff processing. So let's do that right now. Bear with me. Excuse me, I don't know what's going on with my allergies or my sinuses. And once I understand, like, look, I've got to do this. This is now my singular focus. So I'm giving myself the full permission to refresh this data, and nothing else matters at work. Nothing else matters anywhere. This is the singular. So I'm just going to get into it and just do it mindfully. I think I might have to run. Yeah, I might have to run a process. Let me check something real quick. Yeah, okay. I have to run this tool that reconnects my network drives. By the way, the reason I have to do this is because I have begun to unplug my wireless at night. Just to see if it affects my sleep at all, because my wireless router is in my bedroom. And I honestly, I don't know if it's psychosomatic or not, but my sleep's been better. So I now have a standing reminder every night at bedtime to turn that thing off. Now I just need to remember to turn it back on again. But I don't really have to remember to turn it back on. All I have to do is try to use my computer, and then I'm screwed, or watch TV, right? So I'm trying to rely, even though it would be more convenient for me to have another task that says turn on the router. I don't want that. I'd rather just go through the pain and get the habit set up to where I don't need to have any of that. There's a difference between something that you will never remember and that can do damage, and something that you're going to run into. You're going to realize it, right? But it may not be the most convenient thing. All right, so let me do this real quick. Oh, actually, there's a couple of these I want to open up. I want to open up several. Oh my God. Excuse me? Hold on, Houston, we have a problem. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on, I know what's going on. Hold on, this is really weird. Never mind, that was in this other, just never mind. Okay, open up several of these files that I know I'm going to need. We could talk about so many different things. All right, we got this comparison. And I think these are the only 3 files we need. Oh, and there's another thing I could do, but all right. So now, just there's so many things I can tell you, but let me kick this thing off because all right. I just have to put some of this information in here, and then I need to grab. Okay, so now I'm running this process. Okay, and it's hard to predict how long it's going to take. Sometimes it can take as little as 3 minutes. It could take as long as 15 minutes, maybe not much longer than that. So let's see here. While this is running, instead of going, what I would normally do is while this is running, I would put it over on another screen. So I'm going to put this, whenever I have anything I'm waiting for, I throw it over to the left monitor. And I have a monitor straight in front of me, and then my secondary monitor is a little bit over to the left. And so whenever I'm waiting for something, I drag it over to the left monitor, and that also serves as a breadcrumb for me, which is basically just a reminder of sort of what I was doing before. But since that's running, now I can go do something else. Like, let's talk to you for a second, okay? Because I am not, I'm not really under the gun for anything today. I just kind of know that. I haven't looked. Let's do this. Let me show you. Let me demonstrate that. So am I okay? What is my day like? So now that I did this was an emergency thing, right? But then I also said that even when I'm really busy, I still want to do a cursory review of what my tasks are and to make sure I'm not missing anything. So let's do that. The first thing I want to do, I'm going to get rid of this guy. Let me see here. So I've already looked at my email, and that's what made me realize that I had to act on this thing really quickly. But I also went ahead and just quickly flagged some other emails around that one, just so I could move over and start being productive here. So I'm going to go into my calendar, and my calendar is completely empty today. There's not a single thing on my calendar. So from a scheduling perspective, I got what I call carte blanche. I have nothing, I have no meetings, and I have nothing that is due before the end of the day, except for what I'm doing right here, which was not schedule driven. So now what I want to do is I want to go look at my tasks and see if there's anything that is critical. Okay. And let's see here. So I have this section of my tasks, and the cool thing about Microsoft Outlook is that you can drag things up and down in Microsoft Outlook. The way that it technically arranges things is based on the due date of these tasks. That's what's going on behind the scenes. But what it allows you to do is when you drag things up and down, it will change the due dates. And for me, and anything new will show up on the bottom, right? So I can drag things up and down, like this is a focus item, I have to wait for that, this is critical or not. So I have this section on the bottom that it's called non-critical stuff, but it's really just new things. It's just all the new things end up below that line. Then I've got another section that I move it all the way to the bottom, which is called ATOM. And ATOM stands for the average person, damage, accumulate, and matters or meaningful. And what I do is it's really more just must do stuff, but how I decide what is must do is use that acronym helps. But I'm going to bring that line all the way down. So I've got all the new stuff here, and then I drag this like must do stuff down here. And I'm just going to move things down here as I review these. I'm just going to kind of move them down underneath this line so that everything else I can review later if I want, or just tomorrow, because I know I've got a very, very busy day today architecturally. Now, I just noticed there's just a sound, and I noticed that my process appears to be done. So I'm going to go back to that, which is fine, and I'll explain ping ponging as well. So let's take a look and see if we've got something. Oh, I made a mistake. I need to load. Let's see if I've got. Let me make sure I've got something here. Let me just make sure I've got any kind of information. I'm pretty sure I should have something. Okay, so I've got stuff. Now I need to do this other thing. Hang on. Actually, before I even do that, let me just see if I even have one of these. Ah, excellent. Okay. Hang on. All right. I'm just, I've got to, it doesn't matter. I'm just waiting for something to happen. Going pretty slow. Sometimes while I'm waiting for stuff like this, it's like I just kind of breathe. Wow. What the? Jesus, these people, the security people at work. Let me see if it'll let me in here. Okay, good. It's like Windows Defender has blocked something. I'm like, Jesus, come on, dude. So basically, for your purposes, I'm just I'm still working through this critical task that needs to be done right now. And I can't believe this is taking so long. It usually doesn't take this long. So like I said, while I'm kind of waiting for my computer or anything, waiting for my phone, waiting for my computer, waiting for small periods of time, like under 10 seconds, 15 seconds, under a minute or something, I just kind of breathe and just like, look, this is where I need to be. I'm waiting for this. Okay. Even when I'm using my phone, I have realized that I go so fast when I'm using my phone that I realize that I do get frustrated when I have to wait for my phone to respond even for a second or two. And so I have changed the way that I interact with my phone, even if something is immediate. It's like I do something and then I wait for the phone, and then I do something else and I wait for the phone. Even when I'm just logging in, I have a perfect example of it. Let me do this quick. Move this over here. Let me just start this. I need to bring in this information. So like there is an application that, you know, the Touch ID, right? Wow, this is so fast. Okay, excellent. I'm going to go ahead and that was so fast, I can go ahead and do this comparison. Oh, wait. That almost freaked me out. Okay, good. Let's try this. All right, we're good. So what I want to do, let me go back. Oh, I shouldn't have closed his thing, and I can explain that too, but let's go to this guy. Let me see if this guy is in the office. Hang on. I don't want to bother him. See, anyway, whatever. Okay, so so now this time-sensitive thing that I was doing is fully complete. I wonder if I can help with this. Hang on a second. See if I can. I don't know if I can help very much because the angle of that. Yeah, there's not much I can do about that. Okay. So now what? Okay. So I was doing my design work on my notepad. Okay, over in my rocking chair with coffee and stuff like that. If I look at my phone, the only reason I would look at my phone is because that's how I roll, right? So I'm going to look at this and I'm going to see drinking water. It's not a critical thing. It doesn't need to distract me too much, but it can remind me that I'm still on my coffee, but I just want to drink like kind of an extra glass of water every day. I realize that I just need one more glass of water to keep my energy up. And so basically when I'm done with my coffee, I'll do a cup of water, and then I go into actually it's 8:30, right? Okay. So never mind. We're in really great shape. I don't have to drink water in the 8 o'clock hour, but I begin to remind myself that I want to drink water. So, so honestly, a better name for this event, because it's to state it like a reminder, like remember to drink water. That is what, that is the message from my previous self. Okay. So anyway, but that's the only message. That's the only thing going on my phone and in my personal life, because this has to do with work too. I still need to stay hydrated for work and stuff. But anyway, that's my phone. And I know it's not anything I need to worry about. In fact, I want to see if I've got this going. Another thing I should do is I'm going to change this, not for today, but for the future. I'm modifying this to say drink water between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. instead of 8 to 9 and then me having to move it. Okay. You know what I could do though? It's 8:37. Let's do this. So I want to be reminded to drink water until 10 a.m. all the way through to 10 a.m. I don't want this to go off my screen until I actually drink the water. So because we're at 8:37, what I could do is I can grab this and just move it down. And I'm going to say for this event only, which is interesting. Hang on. Okay, that's interesting that it was still top. Oh, okay, never mind. And now what I'm saying is now it's off my screen, but at 8:45, it'll come back on and it will stay on my screen until 10 a.m. Okay, but right now my screen is on my phone is totally empty, which means basically carte blanche. There's nothing else I need to do. And I'll explain more about that in a second. But back to how I'm dealing with my work and keeping my shit together for work. This one item that I just completed is off. I sent it to my teammates and I am, for all practical purposes, completely done with all of that. So what I want to do is I want to shut down everything related to that. Let's see here. Oh, I know what's going on. There we go. All right. And so there is a, hang on, power. Let's just shut that down. I've got a separate computer that I can use for things that I can remotely control. So I'm getting rid of that. Now I'm back to my computer. I have a reminder that came up, and this reminder that popped up was that one that I snoozed earlier for 15 minutes because I needed to go and do this. So now my computer's reminding me, oh yeah, I want to do this cursory, at least this cursory review of things that I need to do today. I'm going to make this a 5-minute. I'm going to snooze this just for 5 minutes because it's going to kind of remind me that I need to do a quick review in case I get sucked into anything. I don't want to do that. I need to be getting to work on this design that I'm working on today. So let's snooze this for 5 minutes and let's figure out what absolutely must be done today. This is going to be, since I have the entire day to work on this design, I want to figure out exactly what things have to be done today. And if I can get, if any of these things or all of these things can be ignored until tomorrow, I'm going to ignore them because I really, really need to get on this design. Okay. There's another level or layer of cursory review that I could be doing with these tasks. And that would be, which of these tasks do I need to do before I even do that emergency, right? But that's just not really the nature of my job. I really don't have anything that needs to be done, before 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock or anything. That's not, and I don't really have meetings or anything like that. I'm really kind of an independent contributor, designer, architect. And so that whatever you would do would need to be compatible with the nature of your work as well. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to click on this and just use this as a anchor. But anyway, don't worry about that. Okay. I'm just looking for things that are critical. If I see something that I can delete, I'm going to delete it though. This is something. I'm going to put this. I normally don't do this. I normally don't do this, but I do have something that I need to talk to somebody else about, and I need to talk about to them like ASAP tomorrow morning. So I went ahead and dragged something onto my calendar so that it pops up first thing in the morning. So it'd be like a time sensitive thing. And that's rare, but it just like I told you today, and my ability to do these cursory types of reviews is because of the nature of my job. But this is a whole new level. And what I'm doing, in fact, I'm not going to do that. I was going to just put it on today. Like the design and everything I'm doing today is all about talking to this guy tomorrow. So I put it on my calendar, and I put a blue mark. Like you can just categorize tasks in Outlook. So I just put a blue square, like a little blue color on it, which is the same color that I use in Gmail of the star, or the default color of the star. You can also have, oh, you know what? I just realized. That there are different colors of stars that I can use, but hang on. Let me try something. See if I can access the star. Oh my gosh. I can. I just realized that I could use stars in Gmail. So I used to use labels, but let's see what happens if I want to try something real quick. Uh-oh. I think I just broke something. Oh, no, I know what this is. It doesn't matter because it's the drink water thing that's going to go to 10 a.m. But I want to test this. Let me do a test. Because I just realized that if I hold on to this, hang on. This is interesting. I don't know how to do. What am I missing? I want to see how to do these star colors, and I don't care. I really, see what I can do here. Oh, I bet I have to. It says on your computer. It says hidden color stars. See if I can find this out real quick. This is 2015. Okay, I can add them. Will they let me into Gmail now? I doubt it. No. Interesting, but I could do it right here. Hold on one second.